So the final one of the fixed keys is the speaker key, the lilac key at the bottom. Again, very similar to other telephones. Having said that, if you're on a call, notice how that is, well, you probably can't see that, but that's lit red. Now, the speaker key is there really, so that if you wish to go and put the phone back on the hook while you're on a phone call, let's say you need to go and get something out of the filing cabinet. On most phone systems, what you have to do is you have to press and hold the speaker key as you put the handset down. And if your finger slips off the speaker key at the time, you disconnect the caller. On this, you don't have to do that. On the Samsung, just tap the button once, red light comes on to confirm, and you can now put the handset back in its cradle and go and get what you wanted from the filing cabinet. Okay, so that's the fixed keys. Moving up now to the soft keys. The soft keys can be anything you ask us to make them. They can be lines, outside lines, line 1, 2, 3 and 4. They can be extensions, various extensions throughout the building. They could be regular speed dial numbers that you dial, or indeed they could be functions. Having said all of this, we do try to encourage you to use these keys in a certain format. And the reason for this is customers often ask us how much it costs to send an engineer to site to do a program or tweaky changey thing. And of course the cost of sending an engineer to site is predominantly the cost of getting him there. Whether he's there for 5 minutes or 55 minutes, the cost in the customer's eyes is always a little bit too much. So where possible, we would like to talk you through changes by telephone. Anything we can talk you through by telephone we will do, provided you're on maintenance with us. And basically, if we can have your buttons set out the same way as our other customers, there's a much greater chance that you're not going to have to pay for that visit, which also means, of course, that you're not going to have to wait for an engineering time slot, so you're more likely to be able to get things done pretty much immediately. So, how would we suggest you use these keys? Well, starting off, instead of using line keys, we'd actually recommend that you use a call key, call 1 and call 2. The reason we've picked 2 is, in reality, you're probably only ever going to speak to 2 people at once. Clip, the next button along, stands for Calling Line Identity Presentation. In other words, the ability to see caller ID. If you hit clip, the phone system offers you a selection. Would you like to review or inquire? If I choose review, it shows me the last caller ID to call into this particular extension. I can either clear that, I can switch between looking at NND stands for number, name or date, or in fact I can dial that person back. If I hit NND, you can see the date and time of that call, and that's the number, back to the name again. If I hit the date and time again, go for the date and time, hit the minus key, that's the last but 1 number, last but 2, last but 3. It's me calling in a lot here. But the point is that on this system, we can show you up to the last 50 caller IDs that you've received phone calls from. So if anybody ever takes a message for you to call somebody back and they write the number down incorrectly, all you've got to do is go to the phone that took the call and scroll back through the last 50 numbers. 9 times out of 10, all that's happened is somebody has transposed a couple of digits as they've written the phone number down. So moving along, the next key, the directory key. Well, this is access to the memory. You might remember that we said that the system has got 950 memories, even on our sort of medium-sized version. So to access the memory, hitting the directory key will entice you to enter the first letter of the person's name. So in this case, T for Tony, and then scroll up until you see the particular T that you're looking for. And obviously, you choose the dial option in screen.